Aloha mai kako. Welcome. We made it to the end of June. We almost didn't. I'm sorry that we started a few minutes or a minute or two late. Facebook changed on us again. They like to keep us on our toes, but thank you for tuning in, being here early on time. And we're here to finish Makee Ailana. And this was a tough one. 5 verses. That's above and beyond. So if you've been here even one of those weeks, thank you so much for being a part of our Hula Ohana. I know that we have people joining from all over the world, so be sure to type into the comments where you're joining us from. We'd love to say aloha to you in a little bit. But yeah, I just want to thank you for all of your support this month and for being with us. We are going to be finishing Makee Ailana. We'll do a little quick review of each of the 4 verses leading up to it. And then we'll finish it up with Ha'ina. Our story is told about Makee's Island. Okay? So, I think it's time. Aloha homai, welcome back. Wanted to say hello to some of our friends joining us around the world. So of course we have my hula sister from Small Kid Time, Kanoi, another Kanoi, and she is joining us from Boston. Boston, I can't even do it right. Michelle Vaughn, aloha no, good to see you. Rosalinda from Florida, aloha mai. And Ivy is joining us from Korea. Nice to see you, and I loved your post this week. Joey is joining us from Pearl City, Oahu, right here on the island of Oahu. Oh, Beverly, I know this is my favorite mu'umu'u so far. This is another rental from the mu'umu'u mamas, and I'm kind of debating, like, what is she going to charge me if I lose this one? Because it is so beautiful, and I know, I just feel like a queen in it. Let's see, Ozra is joining us. And who else? Yvonne McGreevy, aloha no, great to see you. Wow, so many people. I see Linda Kraus. Hey, nice to see you. Pennsylvania is represented. Patricia, also Massachusetts, aloha no. Catherine Romanow from Kelowna, BC. I'm so happy that you folks are here with me because this mele has always been one of my favorites, but it's really grown on me this time. I think because we dove a little bit further into the history and the background. So I wanted to share a few of those images that we shared earlier in the month, if in case you didn't get to see those. Where do I stand? Here's where I stand. So the song Makee Ailana is actually in honor of a place, but the place, Makee's Island, is named for this guy right here, and this is Captain James Makee. Remember, we told a story about how he kind of got beat up off the shores of Hawaii and then settled here and had a great big family that lived here on the island of Oahu and then also on the island of Maui. And they had a ranch up there. No problem. This is this is the map of Makee Ailana. So Makee Ailana was a little tiny island in the swampy area that is now known as Kapi'olani Park. Now, Kapi'olani Park is not swampy anymore. Well, there might be parts of it that are swampy, but it used to be wetlands for taro and agriculture. But kind of near the spot where the zoo is now, the entrance to the zoo, down Makai towards the ocean side, where you see that red arrow, that is where the tip of Makee Ailana was reaching out toward the ocean. It was one of the largest islands in that swampy area, and I think one of the last ones to survive as they started filling it all in for the racetrack and the what is it called, like fairgrounds and all of those sorts of things. Eventually, it did get filled in. Of course, the zoo is there now. Maybe where the flamingos are, who knows? Anyways, we also shared some other pictures. Maybe we can show. Yep. So this is what the island area looked like. So there was a lot of wetlands and looks like ironwood trees maybe over here. There were some bridges that could help you get to some of the islands, but Makee's Island, although it was one of the largest, there was no bridge to get to Makee's Island. The only way that you could get there was by swimming or by rowboat. So lovers in particular would enjoy some dates or some, gatherings with friends on Makee's Island. And it took quite a bit of effort. So it would have to be a special occasion to go there. I chose this mu'u for today because I felt like maybe I would fit in. Is that me on the canoe? Right? I think that's me in a former life. I was trying to channel boat ride kumu kanoi. This is what I would wear if I were going to go on a boat ride. A parasol and maybe some short gloves or something. I don't know. They probably would look at me and be like, why are you so dressed up? We're just going to Makee's Island. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the people, the stories, and the places behind our hula, because that is what really helps it to come alive. So let's jump in to our verses. I wanted to tell you a little bit about something interesting that came up on our YouTube channel. I'll tell you about that later. If I forget, reminds me to tell you about something, a comment on our YouTube. But for now, let's take a look at verse number 1. We have lots to review, 4 verses to review, and 1 brand new one. So we're going to jump right in. Makee Ailana, of course, is that long island. So we're going to move forward and back with our kaholo, and our hands are just going to trace like this. So the hands are actually making kind of a round island, but your body movement is what's going to stretch it. So your hands are going to come here, Makee Ailana, then place down. Ke aloha, of course, means love. Aloha la. Then you're going to turn towards the side. Aina is the land, and it is an island. Aina ika ehu in the sea spray. Ehu o ke kai. Does that look familiar to you? I hope so. If this is brand new to you and you're just joining us for the first time, you're probably thinking, wow, she is not a very good teacher. She just blasted right through that. Well, my darling, welcome. And there is a replay for you to watch where we spent almost an hour on just this one verse. So be sure to go back and watch that. For the rest of us, let's hula. Oh yeah, did you see the bottom of this? There's more lace and more velvet ribbon. Anyways, I could probably spend a whole hour talking about how much I love this dress. Okay, so Makee Ailana, you're going to start with a kaholo imua moving forward. Right. Makee Ailana. Then we're going to sway. Ke then kaholo. Lo ha la. Turning towards the side. For aina, you're going to go forward with the right hand. Aina ika ehu. Then we're going to kavelu forward and back. Ehu o ke kai holo. Let's do the whole first verse. Makee Ailana going forward imua. Makee Ailana ke aloha la. Turning to the side. Oh. Ina ika ehu. Ehu o ke kai. Side, front, side, and front. So that's the first verse. Remember, if you have questions, this is a live class. This is the best time to go ahead and type them in. You can say kumu kanoi, verse 1. This part is unclear, and we'll do our best to answer it. Okay? So let's go ahead and try it with the recording. Remember, my favorite recording is the Brothers Casimiro. This recording is probably a close 10th favorite. This is one I did myself. So this is Makee Ailana, verse number 1. Sorry, it'll just take me a second to get there. Let me pull that up. Makee Ailana. Pump the volume. Here we go. So it's going to start after a little intro. We're going to have 4 ka'os to start. Here we go. Kaholo. Makee Ailana. Makee Ailana ke aloha la. Turning side. Aina ika ehu. Ehu o ke kai. Ailana.
Makee Ailana ke aloha.
Aina.
Aina
C
ika
string.
ehu o ke kai.
Elua means two. And that's the second verse coming up. Okay, so the second verse. Are we good on verse number 1? No questions so far? Feel free. Okay, this is your moment. Okay, so verse 2, Pauku Elua, actually starts with the word Elua. So that's kind of handy. Thank you to James K.E.E. who wrote this mele for making that one easy. It would be crazy if he wanted to call the fourth verse Elua, right? So Elua Ekolu, after you finish your vamp to the side and front, and then reverse side and front, this right hand that came towards the front is going to continue past your body to the 45-degree angle. Elua, number 3. Ekolu. Then you're going to flip the palm over and you're going to gather all of your friends, all of the couples together. No mako. And then you're going to look side to side. Check out all your friends. Hopefully not too many. We want it to be kind of private, right? Okay. So elua ekolu, holo to the right. Elua ekolu. Then we're going to get one ka'o and stepping out towards that right corner. Then you're going to kaholo au au, turning to the side. Kaholo it into your chest. And ka'o sway, ka'o sway. That's it. That's it. Okay, so let's try again. Elua ekolu. Ready? And here we go. Elua. Elua ekolu. Lean. No mako. Looking side to side. That's it. Then ika ailana, your right hand is going to lock back into your waist. Your left hand is going to push across the islands to one side. Then the right hand is going to join. So you start with the left and then the right after that. Mahie hie means so charming. So you're going to lift it up this way. Mahie hie, that's going to be a kaholo. Okay, now I didn't tell you what the step is because everyone, this is their least favorite. This is a lele uehe. Step, point, together, uehe, then other side. Step, point, together, uehe, and then holo, lifting up. And let's try elua ekolu. Ready? 2 or 3, looking side. Elua ekolu, no mako. Look side to side. Ika ailana, mahie. Side, front, side, and front. Okay? That was verse number 2. I know it's a lot, and there's some fancy footwork in there, but this is a little bit challenging one. It's good for you. So let's try verse 2 now with the music. This is Elua Ekolu. Oops. Here's our bound. Elua Ekolu. One step before you turn. Bring it in. Look side to side. And lift. Elua. Flip over. Bring it in. Look side to side on sway. That's it. Nice job. Okay. Let's do verse 1 going into verse 2 because as we start to review, we want to tie them together into a storyline, right? So the first verse is talking about Makee Ailana and where it is. The second is saying who was there. Elua ekolu omako. There were 2 or 3 couple groups of us there. Okay? First verse 2 times, second verse 2 times. This is a good review. Start with 4 ka'o. Get your engines going. I don't think there's no engines on those boats. manpower. Makee Ailana.
Makee Ailana ke aloha
Aina
Aina I ka
ehu kai.
ehu o ke kai
Makee Ailana.
Makee Ailana ke aloha Aina I ka
Okay, getting ready. Already thinking about that second verse coming up. Verse 2 is Elua.
Elua e kolu no mākou I ka ailana mahie hie
Second verse repeats. Elua.
Elua e kolu no mākou
Bring it in. Ka'o.
I ka ailana mahie hie Ka leo
That's it. Very good.
Ka leo o ka
So, for those of you that were here last week, remember there was a little dialogue that they do at the beginning of the recording, and I tricked my loving husband into doing it with me. If you want to see us actually performing a lip sync of that same dialogue with the voices of Manu Boyd and Ekela Crozier, you can check us out on Instagram at Napuahala. And it's on our reels there. So I think some of you enjoyed that. It was fun for us to put together. I encourage you to try it. That's the best way, is just give it a try. So that was a little dialogue between a pair of lovers saying how they wanted to go there to Makee's Island with some of their friends. Okay, before we go into verse 3, I want to tell you something interesting that came up on our YouTube channel. So someone wrote to me on our YouTube channel, which I always love hearing from you folks, whether it's in the comments here on Facebook, on Instagram, or emails, or on our YouTube channel. But one of the kumuhula, actually a kumuhula from San Diego, wrote to me and was talking about something that I had said, which is on that recording that I recommended, there are some instrumental verses. And she said that she was taught in the 60s that hula dancers should never, ever dance to instrumental music. And the reason being was that it would be rude to the audience because they wouldn't have Hawaiian lyrics, or they wouldn't have lyrics to tie the moves to. And so I respectfully, replied to that. But I was thinking about it a little bit more, and I was thinking, if a hula dancer is doing their job of telling the story with their hands and their face and the bodies, maybe you don't need someone to sing you the words. Maybe you can just tell from dancing. So I don't know. My kumu, Leimomi'i Maldonado, would often use recorded music when she would have us perform. We would rarely have live musicians, and oftentimes the recording artist would decide to put a pa'ani, which is like the instrumental version of the verse in between there. And she would always leave it in, and she would have us sing along as we were dancing. So I think that's kind of a happy medium. You can dance along with the instrumental versions as long as you sing. So I really appreciated that comment and learning more about different styles of hula. As I've probably mentioned to you, there are many lines of where our teachers come from, and everybody does it a slightly different way, right? Our style is very flat-footed and very simple, tries to be more simple, although sometimes I get some fancy ideas. But anyways, thank you again for reaching out to that kumuhula who gave me that comment. I appreciate the dialogue, and I want to talk more because I love hearing about other people's hula backgrounds. So anyways, let's go on to verse number 3, which is Kaleo Kawai. And if the first verse was talking about where Makee Ailana, the second verse was talking who's there. Kaleo Kawai talks about what they hear, a different sort of sense, right? Instead of what they see or you know, that kind of thing. This is talking about the sounds of that place. So your two hands are going to come to your mouth, and it's talking about the voice, not of a person, but of the water, that fresh water that I so love. Now we've heard about kai and vai. We've heard about salt water and fresh water because this area was kind of mixed, brackish in its content of salt and fresh. So from your mouth, kaleo kavai, then scoop up. Kau aloha. Then you're gonna, oh sorry, when your hands come forward, they're gonna come together. And then it's gonna go to the right, and then to the left, and then coming into yourself. And that right there is gonna be lele. So it's gonna step forward right, step forward left, step forward in. Okay, so that's gonna be that part right there. Let's go. Kaleo kavai is gonna be kaholo, right and left. Ready? And from your lips out. Kaleo kavai, skip, sweep. Kau aloha, right, left, and in. Now your weight should be on your right foot. I'm always mirroring you, so it's your right foot that's weight is on, and your left foot is back. And it's kind of free to move. In fact, maybe we can show them the vavai cam so I can show them exactly how my feet are. The right foot is forward, your weight is on the right foot, your left foot is back. Yep. And you're not gonna bring that foot together because you just stepped there. Then you're gonna holo back onto that left foot. Left, right, left. Yeah, that's gonna come together. So let's just do the feet here. Kaleo kavai, kaholo to the right. Here we go to the right. Kaleo kavai, kau alo. Step forward, ha, step, right, step, left, step, right. Holo back on the left. Okay, so that's that part. Let's come back up to the regular camera so that you can see how that looks with hands and feet. Kaleo kavai, kaholo to the right. Here we go. Kaleo kavai, kau aloha. Step, right, step, left, and in. Now, I forgot to tell you what the hands are going to do when you move back. Your left finger is right at your lips. Now, this is your index finger is extended. Everything else is down. You're going to push away from your body like this as we holo back on the left. Imaihe. And then we get a figure 8 or ami o niu. Anu kaua, which means it's so cold. We too are so cold. Da 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 dum. Kaleo kavai, holo to the right. Kaleo kavai, kau aloha. Step right, step left, and in. Ika imai, anu kaua. Stay to this side on this kaholo, and then turn front on the left kaholo. Good? Okay. Any questions? No questions yet? Okay. Hey, no falling asleep. This is not the lullaby week. Kaleo kavai. Oh, we got a FedEx. Hello. The voice of the water that I so adore. Aloha motion is going to the right and left and in. Ami on you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Kaleo. Stepping forward and in. Very good. Okay. So now the trick is, can we string together first, second, and third? So let's go back to first verse. And this is our review day, right? So put it all together. Ka'o 4 times. Kaholo, follow the hands. Makee Ailana. Makee Ailana.
Makee Ailana ke aloha aina I
If Kaisi spray.
e huo ke
Here comes the second verse. Elua. There were 2 or 3 groups of us there on that Ailana. Dip and lift. Elua. Okay, here comes the third verse. Kaleo kawai, the sound of the water or the voice of the water. That I love. 3 steps forward. The whisper that says, Anu anu kaua. Kaleo kawai. That's it. Very good job. Okay. Don't forget, you can always write in with questions. Any questions so far? No? Okay. Luke behind the camera is keeping an eye out for your questions, so be sure to let us know if you have them. Okay, we're going on, forging ahead, because we're working towards verse 5, which is our new verse for this week. But before we can do that, verse 4. So verse 4 is kind of a question, a proposition, perhaps. It says, Ina o you me mine. If only you were with me. Maybe one of the lovers is singing this song to their dear heart as a way to entice them to come to Makee Ailana. Maybe they haven't been there together yet. So, Ina o you me mine means if only you were here or you were there with me. So left hand is on your waist and your right hand just finished your vamp. And Ina o you is going to go from yourself. A little suggestion. If you, did you see that? So your hand goes palm into your chest and then forward. And then it's going to make a little flippy dippy. And then it's going to push out to that side over there towards a 45-degree angle. I think we have a better camera angle that might show that a little bit better. So we're going to do the overhead camera so that you can see that comes from my chest, Ina. And then you're going to flip. And then it's going to go out towards this 45-degree angle. I don't know if that helps. You want to try one more time? Ina. Ina, oh, you. Then from right here, the left hand is going to reach out and grab it as if, the hand was just out there and then, someone came along and took that hand. You're going to bring it into your chest and then you're going to look over the shoulder toward the right. Okay, let's come back to the regular camera and show you that one more time. Ina o you from your chest. Ina o you. Grab that hand. Me mi ne. That's it. So if you were here with me. Then noho oi ka noho pai pai. Then you're going to bring the left hand right here in front of you. Right hand is going to be here. And you're going to step. And then there's going to be a uwehe. Remember what a uwehe looks like? The uwehe looks like this. Step, uwehe, other side, step, uwehe. So you're going to step 1, uwehe, 2, uwehe. Then we're going to rock the chair, rock the boat. That's 2 ka'os. 1, 2, and then you're going to kaholo towards that side. And then holo. Ba-da-da-da-dum. Ina o you from your chest and out. Ina o you. Step forward. Me mi ne. Here's the step uehe. Noho oe ika noho sway, sway, and pushing out to the side. And holo to the front. And good. So that first kaholo is always going to turn you towards the front. Or not, you're not going to turn abruptly on the first kaholo. Kind of take your time getting there. Okay, so let's try it. Ina, o, you. Ready and holo. Ina, o, you. Reach forward. Look over the shoulder. Noho. Sit and sit in that rocking chair or that rocking boat. Very good. One more time. Ina o you. Reaching out. Noho oe means to sit. In that rocking chair, rocking boat. I don't know why. That's my favorite. I mean, I do, but, you know. Okay. All right. So before we go on to the entire, to the last verse, now's the challenge. We have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. String it all together like a lei from Kinohimai. For ka-o. Ka-holo. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Sorry. Makee Ailana.
Makee Ailana ke aloha.
Aina.
Aina
Ehu kai.
ehu o ke kai.
Okay, try that first verse with no hints. Makee Ailana.
Makee Ailana ke aloha. Aina i ka ehu o ke kai.
Elua.
Elua e kolu no mako.
On that Ailana. Mahi ever so charming. Number 2. Reaching. Gather. Side to side. And lift. Very good. Third verse. Kaleo. Scoop up. Here's your 3 steps forward. 1, 2, 3. Now turn. Kaleo. 3 steps. Hey. Ina o you. If only you were with me. Sitting there. No pai pai. Ina o you. Noho oe. Holo. Haina, we made it. Yay. Okay, do we have a question? What is our question? Need a little help with the footwork on the rocking sway. You're not the only one, Michelle. Last week, somebody else asked the same thing. So the rocking sway is going to be a combination of 2 ka'o and 1 kaholo. So the ka'o, remember, is a sway, and then the kaholo is going to be 4 steps. So I'm going to lift my dress a little so you can see. The steps are going to be sway, sway, and kaholo to the left. And then that will get you ready to go back into your vamp. So the steps, again, you're going to be actually facing towards this angle, but we're going to sway back away from me first. So you're going to sway towards the left. Ready, go. Left, right, kaholo to the left. And then you get your vamp. Okay? So when we put that together with the hands, your hands go the same direction that you're going to sway your hips. Sway to the left, sway to the right, and then kaholo and push the hands out. Yeah. So it feels like since you're doing sway, sway, sway with the hands, feels like you want to do 3 sways in your hips, but it's actually sway, sway, kaholo, moving step. Okay. So try one more time. Just the feet. Ready. Ka'o left, ka'o right, kaholo left. 2, 3, and then you vamp. Da dee da dee da. Let's try ina o you from your chest out. Ina o you me mi ne. Here's a step uehe. No ho oe ika no ho. At the end of that uehe, sorry, your hips should be forward towards the right because you step on the right foot and then sway the hips toward the audience, towards the camera, towards the right, and then you get ready to sway to the left, sway to the right, kaholo it out. Try it one more time. Da 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 da. Ina o you. Ina o you. Me mi ne. Step. No ho oe. Shift the weight to the right and ka'o left, ka'o right, kaholo to the left. I'm getting my left and right and everything mixed up. Okay, how was that, Michelle? Hopefully that was a little bit better. And for the rest of you, I know that Michelle was probably not the only one. Quite a few of you have asked me to do that part again. So let's try one more time with the music this time.
Ina o you. Ina
My pleasure.
o you me mi ne.
No ho oe. Step,
No ho
shift the weight. Step,
ika no
shift the weight. Left, right, kaholo to the left. Once more. Ina o you.
Ina o you me mi ne.
Step uehe.
No ho e ika no ho.
1, 2,
Pai
kaholo out. Ha'ina. That's it. Yay, I'm glad that helped. Awesome. Okay, so the last verse, of course, in almost every Hawaiian song is Ha'ina ia mai ana kapuana. It's not that they, couldn't figure out how to end their song, but this is the tradition that we end the story by doing sort of a recap of what we did earlier. Now, earlier, my husband said, oh, good, it's Ha'ina, so it's probably just the same as the first verse. Of course not, silly. Why would I make it the same? It's different. It is similar, but it couldn't be that simple. So, Ha'ina ia mai ana kapuana is going to go from your mouth forward and then side, front. Now, this is kind of a drawn out Ha'ina. Sometimes you just say Ha'ina and then go into the story. But this says, told again is the tale. So it kind of draws it out. So from your mouth, Ha'ina ia mai. Then switch to the left hand. Ana kapuana. And then you're going to come across your chest. Okay, so that's a lot. It's kind of the same motion, but the timing is a little funky. So mouth out. Ha'ina ia mai. Switch hands. Ana kapuana. And then look over. Okay, and it's all about that attitude. You gotta get all the heads turning out there in hula land, wherever you are. Okay, so we're gonna start with a kaholo, of course. We're gonna go to the right. Haina ia mai. Right here on the ana kapuana, you're going to get one ka'o to bring the hand into your mouth and bring the right hand to your waist. Then we kaholo towards the left. Wana. And then a little dip here on the left kaholo. Okay? So not as simple as just straight kaholo. The second hand, when you bring in the left hand to your mouth, there's one sway. Okay? Try to remember that. Ha'ina, 2, 3, from your mouth. Ha'ina, ia, my one sway. Ana kapuana. And a little dip. Okay, now we get to Makee Ailana. For this one, we're going to go out to the point of Makee Ailana and we're just going to stay there. We're not going to come back. So we're going to go holo to the right. And then we're just going to step back on the left foot. So before I throw you all off, let's take a look at the vavai cam. Can we hit that? So we're going to kaholo forward on this right foot to begin with. We're going to go right, left, right. And then the step back on the left. Yeah, it's kind of like a slide. Reminds me of Bruno Mars or like, I don't know, Society of Seven. They're like, slide. Okay, sort of like that. Okay. So anyways, you're going to go forward on the right. 1, 2, 3, and back. Yeah, that's it. Now, when you probably think, oh, there she went off the deep end. But when you add the hands, I promise it's going to look really pretty. Okay, so here we go. Adding the hands on Makee Ailana. You're going to get your island first, and then you're going to bring the thoughts up. So the feet work is a little bit drastic. Step back and slide. The hands are going to be making a slow arcing motion to your memories, and then you're going to bring it back up. Because maybe at this point they've both been to the island and they have some fond recollections to think about when they go home. Okay, so you're going to go Makee Ailana, step back. Hu e kama, and then we get ka'o, right and left. Mana'o is the memories. Holo da di da di da. Good luck. Ha'ina from your mouth. Ha'ina ia. One ka'o. Ana kapuana. And a dip. Makee Ailana. Hu e kama. No. Okay, now don't worry too much about, it's not a gigantic slide or anything like that. It's just a little pull back. Yeah? It's like, oh, no. Like that. Okay? Something like that. He's going to use that for the thumbnail of the video. I know. It's just when I look really awkward, that's the one he's going to choose. Okay. Ha'ina, 2, from your mouth. Go. Ha'ina, ia, mai. Ana kapuana, and then dip. Makee Ailana, hu e kama nao. Holo to the, well, let's try one more time. Ha'ina. Here we go from your mouth. Ha'ina ia mai. Ana kapuana. Small dip. Makee, step back and hu e kama nao. Now, the ending that I recorded, I don't even know if this is the Brothers Kaz ending or this whole Kenna or whose ending I put on this. I'm so sorry. I kind of mixed them all up. But this one has ooh, 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 bum, 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 bum. It's the longest darn ending. I don't know why I chose to copy that one, but I always kind of liked it. So I'm going to tell you a trick that my kumu would do when there was a long ending. She would reprise the first verse because essentially ha'ina is a reprise. Just like in a Broadway musical when they bring back the big chorus that everybody is humming, they bring it back at the end and they turn it into the reprise, okay? So what you're going to do at the end is you're going to do a puahone vamp. You can get rid of the verse actually. We're going to do a puahone vamp, not puapua, but puahone vamp, which is an extended double vamp. And then we're going to go back to the first verse, which is Makee Ailana. So let me show you the Puahone vamp to start with, and then we'll add in that Makee Ailana. So the Puahone vamp is going to start the same way that we have been doing, side and front. And then instead of going into the next kaholo, you're going to reach your right hand out towards the 45-degree angle, and you're going to sway and sway. Then you're going to repeat that whole pattern going to the left. Kaholo to the left and sway, sway. Now, the reason that this is called the Puahone vamp is because my kumu choreographed it first for the song Puahone. If you're familiar with that one, it goes lu 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 lu. Oh, oh, oh. In between every single verse, there's that long vamp. So every time we do that pattern of an extended vamp, we always call it the Puahone vamp. Now, we're not dancing Puahone, don't worry. We didn't all of a sudden make this a medley. We're just using the vamp part to close it out. Okay, so here we go. Vamping to the right and holo to the right. Sway, sway. Holo to the left. Sway, sway. Now, in your head or out loud, you have to think of the Makee Ailana verse. Ready, holo. Makee Ailana, one sway, ke aloha la. Turning to the side, aina. This is the end. Face the other side, present, and down. So my kumu would do this. She would just have you dance the first verse again until the music pow, and then you make a pretty ending. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna aina. Oh, the song's almost pow. Present. Done. Don't you wish you had more? Too bad, so sad. Okay? That's how it goes. This is in the spirit of Merry Monarch, you know, the big Merry Monarch ending. So here we go. Let's play the ending part, and you can hear how the Puahone vamp will fit in. Hopefully, we'll see. Oh, did we do Haina with the music? We better. Here we go. Haina. One ka'o. Makee Ailana. Ka'o. One more time, Haina. Just kidding. That's the end. Sorry. This is the Puahone vamp. Makee Ailana. Forward. Makee Ailana ke aloha la. Aina I ka'ehu. Pause. And I know it feels kind of abrupt. But when you're not saying the words or making your face like, what the heck is going on? It looks real pretty. Trust me. Famous last words your kumu said. Just trust me. All of a sudden, you end up in a cellophane skirt on the stage ho'olaulea aloha week, and all the guys throwing beer cans at you. Just trust me, kumu said. Just trust me. Don't worry about it. Okay, here we go. Haina. Where is Haina? Here's the first Haina. Not kidding this time. See? No okay. Haina. Mouth out. One ka'o. Dip. Look over the shoulder. Ka'o. Haina. Mouth out. One ka'o here. And dip. Here's the Puahone vamp. Now think in your head, Makee Ailana. One ka'o. Aina. And That's it. Great job. Okay. The replay of this class will be available right away, right here on Facebook, and soon on YouTube also. Looking at you, Mr. YouTube uploader man. So this will be available for you to practice over and over and over again. Were there any questions? Okay, so we're going to review the entire thing from the beginning. And I know this is a long one. It's a little bit of a marathon, but you're doing great. Remember that we can keep practicing this over and over and over with the replays. Okay, so here we go. Makee Ailana, Maiki no Himai from the very, very beginning. You folks want words? Maybe to keep him on his toes, we're going to do words the first time of each verse and then no words the second time of the verse. And when it goes to the reprise of first verse, there's not going to be any words on there. You just got to think it in your head. Okay? All right. Everyone got their marching orders? Makee Ailana, take 1 million. Ka'o. Ka'olo. Makee Ailana.
Makee Ailana ke aloha aina I ka ehu o ke kai
Makee Ailana.
Makee Ailana ke aloha
Yes, applause. Miss Aloha Hula. Just kidding. Are you folks excited for Merry Monarch? This is my Merry Monarch moment right here. This is what I would wear to Miss Aloha Hula if it were a thing this year. Anyways, I hope you folks are going to have a hula filled week. Merry Monarch will be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this week. And if you're watching the replay of this, I'm sure there's a replay of Merry Monarch somewhere that you can watch too. So thank you so much for being a part of our Hula Ohana this month. We'll be back again next month with new hula and more good times. We're so appreciative of all of you folks being part of our family, truly part of our family. So from all of us here in Nu'uanu on the island of Oahu, we wish you a fond aloha and ahui ho.